I feel a little guilty. I feel a little guilty because I've deprived you from my knob making. Yes, I'm going to make a new knob. As you can see, this knob has a split in it. This happens to be the Record 120 low angle block plane. It's a lovely little tool it is, with its really nice depth adjuster and stuff like that. So I thought, hang on, let's give it a bit of a refurb, but let's start with its knob, right? Because the knob has a split in it. Now, I'm keeping it here for reference as well, because down here on my lathe, I currently have a piece of cherry. Now, I was about to turn it up, and I thought, hang on, what am I doing? Let's make a video. So that's what we're doing. All right. So, as you see, it's got a split in it. It's a little piece of beech, I believe. Yeah, it's a beech knob, dimple in the top. The only thing I don't like about it, apart from the split, is the fact it's too low. Okay. The reason why I say it's too low is if you holding it like this, your finger can get trapped here. It can actually hurt. Yes, especially if you're using it a lot. So I think I'm going to make it a little bit higher and a little touch bigger. So down below, there we are. I've got the wood down below that I have. There it is. Already in the lathe. Already started. Already made it into a cylinder. I marked the height of the actual knob, making it a little bit taller than what the original one is. I've started taking down this end here, make a sort of a step in the cylinder, and that will be going into my chuck, which I happen to have over here, a big old Jacob's chuck there. And that way I can finish the top of my knob, polish my knob, if you know what I mean. Yeah, anyway, Marcus, stop. No, come on, behave yourself. So, I'll take it down a little bit lower there at this point, and then I'm going to mark this end here, then we can start shaping it up. Now I'll kind of change of plan here. I'm going to utilise that as part of the knob because it's already flat on the end. So I'm actually going to bring it down a little bit further, and I'll be less likely to hit the actual the chuck here on this. Yeah, I think it'll be safer. So I'm just going to mark it a bit further down. So it's going to be including that. So making it a bit taller, about there. And I think we can start shaping that a little bit, just bit by bit. Now, I'm not somebody who's used lathe a lot, you should probably tell. I have done a lot of lathe work in the past, but not recently. Now, if you see me have a knob, you'll know what kind of pattern I'm going for. And we grab it, there you go, like that. A bit like a mushroom knob, like so. That's the kind of shape I like. It's not going to be as tall as that, obviously, but that's the shape I like for my knob. I like for me, it feels good. You know, I like it. I do. Yeah, I like it. I do. So we're going to create a little mushroom knob. I grabbed it, I grabbed so this there, look. Don't matter, it's going to be taken away anyway. That's getting there. Now, when you're using then we'll turn like this, you've got to think about your reach, how far over your rest. The problem is because this is so short, I haven't got a shorter rest, so I can't actually get it in any closer other than twisting it around, but then you're going to be at the wrong angle. So I'm a little bit far away, so ideally the handle will be longer, so I get more leverage. That's probably why I got caught or lapse of concentration. Probably a bit of both. Visually doesn't look right, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's going to be right. Like I say, it's going to be an oversized knob, a bit like me. Dum 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 dum, repairing chisel, there we go. I just called it a paring chisel. Blimey, I've got paring chisels on the brain. There was a parting chisel. It's not really at that stage yet, to be honest. Got another one here, which isn't quite. Oh my god, it's the old Marley marbles one. Marley. Be a little bit wary, because as you start using the lathe, that can wear into that and that can wear into that and get a bit of wobble in it. So you need to tighten it up occasionally. I think you get the gist of the shape now, and it is, as you can see, it's considerably bigger. It's about it'll end up being about a quarter of an inch taller than this one. Just so I can get that clearance. I might actually take it a little bit more on this edge, actually, I think. I think I do. Did I drop something a minute ago? So that's the right thickness there. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it a bit of a sand before I take it out. Just remove the rest. A minute. Yeah, I'll give it a bit of a sand, and then we'll remove it out there, and I'll place the chuck in, flip it round, and then I can put a little dimple in the top, because the way you hold that dimple there is quite important, because the way you hold it. So you don't generally, well, be slide. If it's round on the top, you're sliding around all over the top, wouldn't you? So we need some sandpaper. 240 grit, that'll be enough. So when you burn your hands, it's too hot. Oh, what haven't I done? I need to change the speed. Now, I could do it once it's in the chuck, but I'd rather do it when it's in here, start sanding the worst of it, because once it's in the chuck, you've got the jaws there, you know, you can rack your flipping knuckles on them, and it's spinning around. It hurts, you know. Don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase the speed a little bit. Turn it off. Unplug it. I don't want to trap fingers. There's 2 pulleys on the back here. In fact, there should be a 5-speed, but it's not. It's a 4-speed now, because one of the pulleys is actually broken off right on the end, a little tiny one. I think it must have been whacked at some point. Not when I got it. It was a long time ago. So I should plug it in. That's a good idea. There you go. Oh, that looks happy over there. That's good. It's right back there. Now over there is a little fella who's begging. My little begging dog is begging. What's he begging for? He's begging for a treat. Yes, there you go, Sebastian. That's a good boy, eh? Oh, how can I ignore him, eh? How can I ignore that? Little waggy tail and all that. Blimey. I forgot to put my mask on. Ah. Don't do what I do, do as I say. That's what my father used to say. He used to end it with the word, boy. Don't do what I do, do as I say, boy. A bit like that. go, it's looking nice, isn't it? Okay, that's looking good. I think we're at that stage now. We're going to remove it out of the actual lathe as it is, and then we're going to reinstall the chuck. Remove that off there. So I'm not going to use a parting chisel to get it off. Just going to take it off there like so. Then we're going to have to remove this chuck here and place it in the other Jacob's chuck. Hopefully we can get that off quickly. There you go. Doesn't always come off very easily, you see. So what I do need to do is wire brush everything up now, because it's over the winter. Okay. Do you know what? Ever since I've carpal tunnel syndrome and all that, and so many things wrong with me. I've got GERD as well now. Really bad acid. Anyway, I'm going to place the chuck back on like so. Hopefully it goes on easy. It doesn't always. And then place you in there. Stop it from spinning around. There you go. Yep, so it's going on nice and easily. Good. That's what I like to see. And then what we have is we have an Allen key in there that we have to tighten up as well. Otherwise, it'll undo. Now, where is the key? Where's the chuck key gone? Is it in the drawer? Is it in the drawer? No. Have I something else have dropped? Because that would be really annoying if that's the case. Oh, there's over there. Thank God for that. That'd be really annoying. Let's just double check that's in there probably. Let's tighten up. Everything's got a little bit of corrosion on it, so I do need a bit of TLC here, otherwise I'm going to be having some problems. Okay, that's the chuck is on. And because I've rounded that bit up there, I can place that into there, alright? The only thing is that it will wobble a little bit to start with. Once I've got it in the chuck, I can hand saw the end off, hopefully straight, and then we can put a little dimple on the end. Alright, let's have a look at that. Oh, might want to unplug it again. It's going to be too fast. So, slow that down, baby. I'll try to squeeze it in there. I can't get to it very well anymore. I can't get to the ends. I suppose you don't have to do it that often, do you? Now, is it on or is it off? Oh, that's on, I think. Or is it? No, it's not. Oh, you idiot, Marcus. Don't be an idiot, Marcus. There you go. Oh. That's it on now. Yay! Now, some modern chucks, you just have to put a lever backwards and forwards, like modern lathes, I mean, and then you can adjust speed that way, or variable speed, but you lose power with the variable speed. So let's just have a look, see how, a bit wobbly at the minute. So, you can see, yeah, it needs to go down there. Oh, that's pretty good there. Let's tighten it up. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to cut that off. I'll probably just use a Japanese pull saw for that. I'm using this thing more and more now. Got I've got three Japanese. This is a guitar, but I am using them all. I'm not a lover of them, but they are good for this sort of job. If you see me, I'm not going to be able to sand in here, get so close to these jaws. So yeah, I don't have it. It's quite an old lathe, and I don't have a modern chuck system, which I would dearly love to have. So if there's a sponsor out there, maybe Jet or someone or Axminster would like to re-equip the workshop. Just think how many videos they'd be getting of their tools, you know, considering how many videos I make. I think it'll be good value, yeah. Sometimes I get thousands and thousands of views. Sometimes I get millions. My best video is 5.2 million. Very last little bit. The saw will do the work. There you go. Now here, all I want to do, I don't need the lathe centre. I can go out the way, so I'll pull it right out back there. Don't need that, it's just going to get in the way. And if I've got to move my hands out of the way quickly, I'm going to hurt myself on it. Then we want to put the... Not in there. It needs to be close, but I don't want it getting caught on there, do I? I don't think the lathe would like it, and I don't think I would either. No. Right, so but I'm going to have to do this very carefully and very gingerly. Let's move that right back. Right, there we go. So now we can have a little bit of access. I'm too high. The problem is because you've got a centre point here, so I'm going to have to try and attack it so I don't go... I was want to get in the middle, you see. But now I want a dimple there. I want a little bit of a dimple then. What should I use for that? Oh, the one I throwed on the floor? Yeah, that will do. Looks fairly true. More luck than judgment. Don't try and work right across, you only need to work one side. So if I get this wrong, I can split it. Be very wary of that jaw. Take your flesh off. Is that enough, do you reckon? I think so. I was just going to chamfer that edge a little bit. The screw chisel. Now somehow I've got to sand that without taking my knuckles off. Yeah. I'm probably not to take the knuckles off. How's it looking anyway? That's looking alright, I quite like that. Let's move that out of the way. Because everything's corroded, you see, because it's damp with the winter. It's nuts. And I had a leak in my roof as well last year. And my original plan was to have that longer, then cut it off afterwards. So that's what I should have done, to have more clearance, because I've got all these bits potentially going to whack me in the flipping knuckles. So that wasn't my brightest move. But we learn by our mistakes, don't we? You know, and it's not a tool that I use a lot, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Okay? If you don't like it, write a letter. 320, I do. That's 120. Actually, I need to put it wet and dry. This is really fine. It's probably too fine, actually. Oh yeah, that's really fine. Perfect. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think we're going to take it out of there. Anything else can be done manually because I'm going to hurt myself. I don't want to do that. No, let's pull the plug out. Hopefully it's not too tall. Because I've done this in a way that I can trim it down if I want to. If I think it's way too tall. At the moment it's got to sit in there on there like that. I don't want it too low. I want it to miss my fingers, but that could probably go a bit lower. So what I think I'll do with that is I will take it over to the linisher and just use sand that down so it's at the height that I want it to be. Yeah, 'cause at the moment it's quite high, isn't it? It's going to be sitting about that high. So it might look silly, but I've got my reasons. I want to keep my knuckles, all right? And it does actually hurt. If you use a tool for a long period of time, it's constantly rubbing on your knuckles. It can hurt you. So let's come over to the linisher. I'm going to use that as a tool to, there we go, bring it down a bit more. To get the height. Now, I think you see this, that's all dark, isn't it, that side? And that side isn't. Now the reason for that is, what I tend to do is, I use one side for metal and the other side for wood. So I've always got a sharp, it's reasonably sharp with the wood side, and the other side gets blunted off with the wood. So that's what I do. The other thing you can do is you can use something like this, which is it's a rubber, effectively. All that's done is it's helped clean out the grit. That's what it's for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off probably about 3mm off that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just going to do a little bit by hand so I don't end up I was going too far one way, guys. I'm just going to do a little bit by hand. That's circular motion. Ah, that's done it. That's loads better. Keep it flat. Now I've got a centre point in there. Okay, and that is my centre. And that is where we will be placing the screw. But first I've got to create a recess. So I've basically got to drill a hole in there the size of this outside piece here. I don't want to go any deeper than that. I'm going to do that on the drill press, which happens to be here. And it does. See that camera there? Tracked perfectly. You see that? You know? I wasn't doing it manually, you know. No, of course not. So, if you haven't marked the centre, which I have already, you can actually use a tool to do that. I'll show you. I've got a engineer's combination square like this one. You've got that piece, right? You can slide it over onto the rule, and you can use that, make a couple of marks, you see, and correct that those marks will be in the middle. So if we may do a centre finding on something that's round. I don't need to because I've already marked it, you see, which makes perfect sense. Well, I hope it does anyway. Right, got my verniers. I'm just going to measure the outside edge of that, and it's saying about 12mm would be about right. So I'm going to drill a recess in there at 12mm in diameter. How deep does it need to be? So I knew it goes deep as I need to go, which is that. Okay, so I'm just checking the height of this little, what would you call that? A nipple? Yeah, okay, I call it a nipple, I'll do. So I need to go down about, say 6 or 7mm. 6.5mm it says on there. So I need to find a bit of the right size. I don't think a forcing a bit is going to do it because they're all going to be too, I don't know actually, it might not be. Actually that's the right size. That's handy. So we're going to use a forcing a bit. There she blows! That's the compressor going. There you go. Let's get on there. Got magnets around here to hold my tools and that as well, so make it a bit easier. So I'm not going to try and hold that. You could put a clamp on it to hold it with a clamp, or you could use chuck. This one here, right? Which might make life a little bit easier. So I'm going to place it on the side, just on the side, near the centre that I can get while it's still on the side. I'm going to go down until it touches, right? And then I need to lock that off at that point. So that's as far as it goes down to that point there. And on the side here, we've got I'll show you, on the depth adjuster here, I need to add another 7mm on there. So at the moment it's saying it's, well, about 20.5mm. So I'll get to like 27.5mm on there. So that's what I'll do on that. So that's 25, 27.5, about there. Okay, and that then basically it'll only go down as far as up to that point, 7mm. So hopefully that's correct. Make sure it's nice and tight because it's likely to twist. Turn the old drill on. Let's drill that recess in there. to look at that, doesn't look like it's in line. Just tap over a bit. Yeah, that's better. Oh, bit's a bit blunt, but that's still doing the job. So it's blunt to get hot. Smoke coming off it. That's as far as it wants to go, because I've got to stop. That off. So I'd assume that if I place this on top of there, it should be flush, and it is. So that is deep enough. We are going to have to drill another hole. But first of all, we need to get the old little bolt out of the... Right, so it's going to go on there like so. Okay, it only just clears the actual name on the front there. So it might be a little bit on the oversized there. I could just round that off a little bit still. Shape it even. Because it's not going to sit flat very well like that, is it? Right, so that's better. Okay, that's good. So you see it's a lot bigger, but now my fingers are not getting trapped between the edge of the knob and the actual body plane. It should be more comfortable for me, my fat fingers. Oh, I think I look cool as well. That's my little knob. That little button knob, isn't it, you know? Yeah, we all like a little bit of wooden knob, don't we? Now, I'm making sure it's going to sit flat on there, which is not at the moment. Is it not deep enough? I might need to go a little bit deeper. By about 1 millimetre. Like I said, I don't go too deep. Right, go back there. Got about 1 millimetre more, because I was rocking a bit. So I think that looks like that was touching inside, which you don't want. Oh, that's better. That's loads better. That's loads better. Right. Right. Just take the arrows off. Okay. So next thing you do is to grab the other knob. Just go grab the other knob. It's about that word. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Oh, my dear missus has been in there and she's brought me cake. It's got to help my waistline, isn't it? You know. But I shouldn't complain. The other thing is, what do I do with the knob? That's the other question, isn't it? I haven't lost it. I'm in such a mess at the moment. I've got rubbish everywhere in it at the minute. Where do I put my knob? It's not there. It's not there. I must have left it over there then. Yeah, it's not there. It's okay. I will have to edit this video. It's going to be way too long, isn't it? 41 minutes. Blimey. I'll have to speed some bits up. Oh, there it is. Wait, it's hiding. Hiding over there. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a bit violent with it. Unfortunately. To get the screw out. So I found a screw that fit, which is obviously a BSP, bit standard thread, I imagine. What we're going to do is I'm going to get in there and split the blooming thing. I could probably get away with whacking it up with a hammer. Right. Didn't really want to do this, but there you go. So there's a screw in there that we need. Yeah, it's beech. I was right, it's definitely beech. Okay, so you've just got this little screw. So you've got a choice of that. You could araldite that in as well if you wanted to. The thing I will do with this is I'm going to make sure I clean it up with the wire wheel first and a pair of pliers. Make sure the threads are all good, because that's got a screw in there nice and clean, as you see. Then that will screw into there. So one way of doing this actually would be to place that in there, right? Then screw the knob on down on top of it. That's one way of doing it. My hands are a bit dirty at the moment as well. I should really put something on here to clean it up. And what I was going to do, I was going to super glue it and sand it up. But I forgot. A bit late for that now. So what we need to do is drill a pilot hole first in there. And to be honest, I could probably just do that by hand. But before we do that, I'm going to clean it up on the wire wheel. Let's go to the wire wheel. To the wire wheel! Well, I think that'll do. Yeah, I reckon that will. Now, I don't think I need to use the pillar drill to drill the little pilot hole. We can do that just by hand with the battery drill. And some drill bits. My dormers! Your dormers, isn't it? Right. What size do we want for that? That's probably too big. Let's go for 2.5. That'll get started. Try and keep it as true in line as you can. Right, now let's use next size up. Just go in a little way. I haven't got a taper to drill bit. That'd be quite good because this screw on here has a taper to it. So I'm just going to go in a little way. It's a slightly bigger one. Otherwise it's going to be a nightmare to get started. Yeah, that's better. Right. So I'm going to place that in there. I'm going to place it in there with a bit of, I think I've dunked it in a bit of diesel. Like so. And then we're going to screw this down onto there. Like so. I say like so, I've done it yet, have I? Hopefully we can get it in true. It's not actually true into the body of the plane actually, I'm looking at it now, as I look at it. So we're going to get that on there, like that. Hopefully it's going to run true. Maybe I should have done it on the... Right, that's going too deep. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. In hindsight, I need more pliers. Take it out again. I need to go a bit deeper with the screw. And I should have done it in the pillar drill. So saying I didn't need to was a mistake. Also, I've got to go right up to that shank on there. So I need a bit of clearance for that, don't I? So I need to go in a little way with a clearance. Maybe that's a little bit on the big side. Let's try that one. I need to go in about 1/4 inch. 6 mil. Be careful, don't go too far, obviously. A bit more. Definitely bigger than that. A bit more. Try that, shall we? Hopefully it works. And then we can think about how to finish it. Even though I should have done it before, I just start putting oil everywhere. you know how it goes. A bit of wax on there would be a good idea, wouldn't it? I'll put in. But then it might work its way loose. It's going on alright, isn't it? It's fairly true. There you go, that's on there. I didn't need to use any glue, which is a bonus. There you go. There we have a new knob. Now what sort of finish should I put on my new knob? On my new oversized knob for my little block plane. Yeah, okay. Let's get on to the next stage then. Toodaloo. Anyway, what do you reckon? Please leave it in the comments down below. And please leave the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel and a little bell icon because you get one face in your pocket every time I upload another video. Toodaloo.